I didn't have time to sit down and notice if I was going live because I'm driving. And I was thinking about last night, some of the stuff Hound said. And it led me to start getting deeper and deeper into my thoughts. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I'm going to express some things that came into my head. First of all, I was thinking, because Hound asked me last night, he was like, if Trump planned on doing all this shit, setting the world back and the country back and all this shit that we keep hearing, why he didn't do it his first term? And I was trying to explain to him, I'm like, bro, it's a process. First of all, he wasn't in position to do the shit the first time because he didn't have his help in place. He spent his first term putting his help in place, aligning his allies. See, America got our allies, people that will help us if we go to war. He spent his time congregating with all the dictators, getting his allies, people that'll stand by him if he decides to flip. He has already decided to flip. He flipped on day one of his term. When he started breaking the rules and the laws of the Constitution and said that he wasn't going to put his businesses in a blind trust. Instead, he was going to hand them to his kids because they didn't have nothing to do with the White House. And a month later, most of his kids was working for the White House. His daughter has more money than him because she was doing insider trading and trade with other countries illegally while he was in office. Her and her husband, Jared Kushner, have received billions from America's enemies. That's unlawful. But this ain't about that. What I wanted to explain to y'all was, like I showed you a lot of the things Donald Trump been saying. I let you hear it out of his own mouth. I don't come and tell you, hey, he said this. Nah, I pull up the videos and I play it and let you see him saying this shit. Like, this is gonna be the last election. If you vote him in, he gonna fix it where we don't get to vote again. Nobody can vote him back out of office. He didn't want to leave office the first time. When a person tell you who they is, believe him. My thing that I tried to explain to y'all about you going back into slavery, and I know it sounds so far-fetched because we Americans and we live in America, and you gotta realize, man, this is America. Like if you go watch the video when dude tell you this is America. There's a lot of things about America you to forget. America is savage, bro. America will steal the land right from up under your ass. America will cut your head off. America will hang your ass from a tree. America cut your genitals off. They'll burn your ass at the bottom of a tree while they kids stand around and watch and take pictures with your burnt up body. This is America. They've done this shit before. This ain't nothing new. This ain't no fairy tale shit. This is our past. This is what we built on. But let me explain something to you. If you look at the thumbnail of this video, it says police immunity means slave patrol. Let me break that down for you. Donald Trump has also said out of his own mouth, if I could give my other phone out and show it to you right now, I'll show you. You can go research it for yourself. What Donald Trump is saying, I want to give all police officers immunity so they can do their job. This is the same president that said he couldn't do his job without presidential immunity, meaning he could break whatever law he wants to without fear of being prosecuted because all he want to be able to have to say is, I was doing my job. I was just doing my job. When police pull you and beat your ass or harass you, they tell you, look, I'm just doing my job. When they discriminate against you, they tell you, I'm just doing my job. Let me break down the slave patrol shit. I also told you last night that there was a time in this land, this country, this America that we live in, where there were no police, there were no prisons, there was no jails, there was no judges, no Supreme Courts and all this shit trying to tell you, hey, it's the law. Because you had a lawless land where people of a certain demographic or race could do whatever the fuck they wanted to do to your ass. And there was no form of police that was gonna come and tell them they was wrong, or we got some handcuffs, or we got a place for you, or none of that. If they wanted to murder you or end your life or hang you from a tree or cut your head off or kill your wife and kids in front of you or whatever, they were justified because of the color of their skin. And then Abraham Lincoln came. And he was like, you know what? To protect this union, to save this union, we gonna end slavery. He still had his slaves. I told you that last night too. But when slavery ended, the South figured out very quick that their way of life was really being threatened because Connor and Timmy and you know what I'm saying, those guys couldn't get out there and work the fields. They couldn't produce their cotton. They couldn't get their corn. They couldn't get none of that shit. Their tobacco, their rice, none of that shit. It was thriving their livelihood. They didn't have their work ethic because daddy wasn't going to be out there with a shotgun and daddy wasn't going to be out there sitting on the horse with a whip, beating their ass, cutting their heads off and hanging them from a tree if they didn't get his cotton. So they came up with this thing called slave patrol. Look this shit up for yourself. Slave patrol was the very beginning of police officers. It was the first form of police. And their whole job was to find a nigga, put some type of charge on his ass, and get his ass back into slavery. Which the 13th Amendment said slavery was to be abolished except for punishment. This was what the 13th Amendment was. They find you, put a crime on your ass, and as your punishment, you go back into slavery. If at all possible, they would send you back to the farm, back to the plantation in which your ass came from to do your black job, which was get master cotton, get master tobacco, get master corn, his watermelon, his beans, his greens, tomatoes, all that shit, because he couldn't do it. So now what I tell you is, when a motherfucker give the police immunity, it's so you can go right back into that punishment, you can go right back in that camp, you can go right back on that plantation, that farm, that prison. And as we all know, you don't have to commit a crime, especially when you got a dictator for a president to say, hey, lock their ass up. They want to know what their black job is, we're going to assign it to them when they get back to their camp, their prison, their yard, their plantation that we finna send them to. I keep telling y'all, man, y'all done had freedom so long that you done got spoiled to the point where you don't believe that shit can disappear. Your ancestors know that shit can disappear. Your great-great-grandmother know. Your great-great-grandfather know. Nigga, freedom is a privilege, not a right. Now, when it comes to our people, somebody else asked me last night, they were like, man, why you think black people have been going through the hardships we've been going through? You want the hard truth? Because we ignorant. Let me say it like this, because we ignorant. Because we don't pay attention. Because we don't believe fat meat greasy. Because we're not grateful. We're not thankful. We take shit for granted. We take shortcuts. We cry. Man, why us? Because you ain't did nothing about it. That's why it's like a bully on the playground beating up on a weak-minded motherfucker, and you know how weak that bully really is, and you like, bro, man, if you just turn around and pop that motherfucker in his mouth, I promise you, you're not gonna go through this shit for the rest of the year. But the motherfucker getting bullied don't know that. We the motherfucker getting bullied. When you look back at slavery, you be like, man, all these niggas on one plantation, man, and it's 5-6 motherfuckers holding down 200-300. Ignorance. Because they don't know. Man, if you fight, you're gonna get up out of that. And y'all sitting there thinking, well, damn, they gonna kill some of us. Nigga, they gonna kill some of y'all ass anyway. You just gonna lay here and work till you get killed, or you gonna fight till you get killed? Which one? Because the thing is, you're gonna get to a point where you gotta realize, man, we got kids, we got grandkids coming, great grandkids coming. And I just told your great grandfather and shit was in slavery, they was in bondage, they didn't see a way out, but you couldn't explain to them one day, this nigga gonna be driving a goddamn truck down the highway, making money, taking care of his family. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to tell you now, bruh, a motherfucker is here right now, just trying to make it where you can't do that shit in the next 2-3 years. Take all that shit from your ass. And people so blind and so ignorant, so stuck in that Willie Lynch syndrome. Like I'm thinking about the conversation I told y'all about this too when I was explaining to dude about how black people are all different, man. We all different races. We just look like this. I didn't have to say none of that shit. I could have just told dude, hey bro, you ever heard of a man named Willie Lynch? It's still going on today, man. Last night, people just went to sit and argue with me about Vice President Harris' race and what she ain't gonna do and what she haven't done. And I'm like, bro, she trying to save your ass right now. And you so set on, well, what has she done for people of my shade? Nigga. You ever seen the episode of The Fresh Prince when Carlton was man, look, we and you running the same race, so why is you the one trying to trip me up? Let me explain something to you, bro. Sister, friend, people who ain't black, everybody, this is what I'm about to tell you. You say that woman ain't black, I say, because she had some motion, somebody behind her, they called her DEI. They started talking about her race. They started talking about everything else. Wonder why? Because they look at her as being black. If they didn't, it wouldn't have been no racist shit wrong about. Y'all gotta realize, man, these folks that hate us, we not the only ones they hate. We the ones they hate out loud. We the ones that was in slavery, so everybody know they hate us. When them Hindus goddamn me get uncomfortable, you think they don't get hated? When them Asian people be in Congress, you think ain't nobody whispering behind their back? When Mexican motherfuckers stand up and get to doing shit, you think motherfuckers gonna try to tear them down? When Indians want to have a casino, you think a motherfucker not trying to stop that shit behind the scenes? And what y'all don't realize is always the same people, bro, doing all the hate. It's always the same people doing all the hate. I've explained to a motherfucker my theory, and this is my theory about black people being racist. It can't happen. Because for you to be racist means you have to hate another race just because of their race. And I'm not no type of person to hate a race just because of their race, but I'll tell you this, I couldn't. Not white people, no way, because, and don't take this the wrong way, take it how you, I ain't gonna cuss, but take it how you want to. As black people, we have so many reasons to not like white people just because it ain't their race. It ain't because you white. I don't look at you and be like, oh, you white, I don't like you. No, it's all that other shit y'all do. It's all that other shit y'all have done. It ain't even a hate, motherfucker. It's a smart ass fear. It's a worry. It's a caution sign, a red flag, all that. Because we know, like I just told you, America is a savage country. America is a country that'll hang your ass. They'll cut your head off. They'll cut your balls off. They'll castrate you. They'll break your family up. They'll take your kids, put chains around their neck and make them work for the rest of their goddamn life, then throw them in the nigga hole. And when I say America, I don't mean America, I mean white people. America is just the easy way of saying it. White people have done this. You know what I'm saying? This is how they built this country. Or should I say this is how they made us build this country. And I'm not saying all white people are guilty of that, but what I'm saying is, we got a motherfucker running for office right now that want to see it happening again. I keep telling you, the motherfucker want to make America great again. But great for who? Ain't no who really, you don't have to ask the question. This motherfucker has dinner with the white supremacists. He brings them to his house, shows them around, gives them tours. He directs them to go to the Capitol and turn that bitch upside down. He's telling them stand back and stand back. You know what I'm saying? So we're not gonna act like we don't know who the who is. We know who the motherfucker who is. But let me tell y'all something else you might not know. I've been telling y'all Donald Trump was bought and paid for. He has never been the money-making rich man everybody had perceived him to be. But he has always been the money-hungry, greedy motherfucker that we always knew he was. But Donald Trump getting old and he be letting his tongue slip. He don't have an extensive vocabulary, so he don't know how to word shit without, he don't know how to cover up the shit he want to say. I told y'all he will tell you the truth if you listen. What I'm about to tell you came out this man's mouth, maybe not verbatim, but it came out his mouth. I'm not putting no whole lot of 10 on the 20, twisting shit, trying to bend it to my word. It's basically what he said. Donald Trump said, I am for electric vehicles. I support electric vehicles. I mean, I have to. Elon Musk is donating a lot of money. He's contributing a lot of money to my campaign, so I gotta support him. Last year and the year before, Donald Trump was so against electric vehicles. He still is, because in that same sentence, he also got to talk about how electric vehicles really wasn't that good, but he got to support them, though, because Elon Musk is giving him so much money. So it's like, picture this man telling you, look, Russia bad, man, they trying to kill us, but I got to do what Putin wants, because he gave me so much money. He donated so much money to my campaign. So what I'm telling you, when you hear the motherfucker say that they don't like something, but they have to, he said, these are his words, I have no choice. I gotta support him. You trying to be the president of the United States of America, the freest country in the world, and you gonna tell us as a leader, you have no choice but to do what one of your citizens say, because your citizen gave you some money. That is exactly what that man told us he was not about when he ran for president the very first time. Y'all gotta remember, man, Donald Trump campaign started a little bit like this. I'm the only one you can trust. I am filthy fucking rich. Nobody can buy my vote. Nobody can buy me. They can't pay for my campaign. They can't make me do what they want to do. Nobody's gonna have me in their pocket. I'm not gonna be in nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has enough money to make me do what they want me to do. And all them people say, you know what, he's right, I'm voting for him. He making it seem like Bill Clinton and Barack Obama and Jimmy Carter and Ronald Reagan and JFK was all about. But he rich, so nobody can buy him. And just this motherfucking weekend, this same motherfucker say, I have no choice, he gave me so much money. I wish I wasn't driving right now and I was somewhere where I could play that other video clip for y'all and let y'all hear that. This is what we up against. So don't come tell me that this mixed race woman and you feel this and that and her family used to have slaves. No! Nigga, look at what's going on right now today, August 2024. Fuck what her great grandparents did. We talking about her. Her great grandparents wasn't even the same race as her. I don't want to hear that. My grandma, my mama is black Irish. Not the same race as me. My dad is Haitian. What are you talking about? So, my grandma and them grandparents on their side is not the same race as I am. So you can't look at me and tell me that I'm going to do what my Irish ancestors did because I'm Irish. You can't even look at me and tell I got black Irish in me. So I don't want to hear none of that. That woman trying to save our ass, trying to save our country right now, today, in real time. But Willie Lynch say, look Look at the difference. Look at her grandparents. Look at her skin color. Look what she said this time. Look what her job was. Look at anything different about this woman and turn her into the enemy. So I say, nigga, wake up. Nigga, stop using that brown paper bag as determinant to what you gonna do with your life. Nigga, get some facts. Nigga, open up a book. Nigga, go online, do some research. Look at what's happening and what can happen, what they trying to make happen. Because they not hiding this shit. They not hiding this shit at all. They came out with Project 2025 as an outline to tell you exactly how they going to take your freedom. It's a playbook for Donald Trump to do exactly that. Donald Trump come out and say, oh, well, I got nothing to do with Project 2025. And I say, bullshit. Bullshit. The same motherfucker who was open making the goddamn playbook for the president wrote a layman's term book for the people. The president's vice presidential candidate, J.D. Vance, wrote the forward for the playbook. But Donald Trump saying, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Bro, all your people are the people who authored this book. They put the glue on the pages to put it to the motherfucking together. They put the ink on the page to get the motherfucking the dialogue. They put the staples in the spine of the book, and you gonna tell me you don't have nothing to do with these and your hand-picked people? They have already admitted that this is your playbook. This is for Donald Trump. And then you come out and say, when everybody go against it, like, oh, hell no. Nigga, have you seen what's in this thing? That's when you come out and I don't know what's in it. I don't know the people who, yeah, you do. Yeah, you motherfucker do, bro. You can't keep telling us the same damn lies that you tell your MAGA people. And we supposed to fall for it, bro. But what I'm going to tell y'all is some more shit. Check me out, hear me when I say it. Mask, and all the people who died before her at the hands of the police. How do you feel about that? Eric Gardner and them, how do you feel about that? Tamir Rice, how do you feel when you hear these names? When you hear these stories one by one? Not collectively, because there's so many now that a lot of people that got numb to the shit, you feel me? But you go down and listen to all these African Americans, all these Mexican Americans, all these different race and colored Americans, these minorities that have been injured, murdered, taken away by the hands of the police, unjust, unarmed, with no reason, was committing no crime, was living their life, driving while black, sleeping while black, eating ice cream while black, changing your clothes while black, being in your house while black, being in your car while black, just doing something and being black, and you got killed for it. How do you feel about that? And then you think about Donald Trump standing up and saying that he want to give every police officer in this country immunity from all crimes, and you think they not gonna start killing more of your ass? You think it ain't gonna be your son get his head too off? You think it ain't gonna be your daughter that goddamn me get drugged to a jail cell and get hung, and then they say, oh, well, she committed suicide? What about the police? Like, I watch this type of shit. What about the police that go to the hood and find the girls with the warrants and tell them how beautiful it is and how fat their ass is, and if you don't want to go to jail, get your ass in the back seat for 15, 20 minutes. Slide on my knob. So y'all forget about all that shit. I don't. Because I be in this truck driving with nothing to do, and I be watching it. I be finding it. I be paying attention. You can say some shit sound stupid, bro, but your name's Sambo. King Sambo on top of that. How you feel about that? I shouldn't have to do this when I'm driving. nobody else gonna do it. I gotta do it. But yeah, y'all want to give these, or I ain't gonna say y'all want to give them. Y'all want to let this man give police immunity. We already crying, complaining about how they basically got immunity already. They do what the hell they want to do. They will kill your ass and get paid leave. They go on vacation. Man, your job send you home for being late. You're not gonna get paid leave for it. These motherfuckers will take the life of a 5-year-old and get a paid vacation. If they get fired, then they get a recommendation for a job, goddamn me 30 minutes away, doing the exact same thing in the very next county. Don't even have to move. Just got to get up about 20 minutes earlier to get to work. Man, I'm tired of that shit. I keep telling y'all, there's things you can do about it. Right now, what you need to do is you need to be voting for her. You need to be making sure dude stay the fuck out of office. And then you need to get off your ass again and start fighting for what the fuck you want and what the fuck you need. Quit sitting on your ass when did a candidate one day pop up with everything on his mind that you got on your mind. No, that's why you got to go out, you got to vote for your justices. You got to go and vote for your city councilman, all that shit. Because if you're not holding motherfuckers accountable at the very beginning, you're going to look up and it'll be too late. Like, when a motherfucker try to bring up what P.P. Harris did in California, you know that was an elected job, right? You know people had a choice whether to elect her or not to elect her. She got elected. When she went to Congress, that was an elected job. People had a choice whether to elect her or not to elect her. Vice President, that was an elected job. Thing is, just like when they say DEI, and I'm like, no, you can't say that. She done been elected everywhere she been. People done voted for her. People she fought for this, she worked for it. My thing is this, if she didn't fight for it, if she didn't work for it, it's because people were lazy and they were letting her just slip in and slide through. Letting her slide through the cracks without putting work in. Can you blame her? Can you blame her? Donald Trump did the same thing. He slipped in and slid through without putting work in. I told y'all this last night, I said, man, look, they say she DI. He's the one who has no prior experience in the government. He has never had an elected job where people had to trust him. Everything was bought and paid for, all the way up to his motherfucking presidential election. And once again, us was lazy, didn't get off our ass and do the research on this man, didn't go vote, and next thing you know, everybody had their jaws dropped when he became president. And you gotta realize, like, y'all don't realize or understand why so many people are behind, and we really do have that many racist, hateful people in this country. I told y'all about the color wheat last night, and I also told y'all about the Willie Lynch syndrome. You gotta understand, we all the same people underneath and on the outside. We look different, we sound different, we talk different. But guess what? I guarantee you, if you go to a zoo and they got one of the big spaces and they throw 3 lions in there, 3 leopards in there, 3 tigers in there, 3 cheetahs, them cats ain't gonna separate, and all the lions gonna be in this corner, all the leopards gonna be in this corner, all the cheetahs gonna be over here on this side, all the tigers gonna be hanging over here by the water, and they not gonna interact. They're going to be standoffish, and they're going to go to war with each other, and it ain't going to happen. Because they felines, and they realize that when you put them all in the same pen, they realize it. If you put us all in the same pen, 3 black people, 3 white people, 3 Mexicans, they gonna split up into their groups. They might come talk to each other, but they gonna split up in their groups. They gonna talk loud amongst each other, but they gonna whisper in their groups. We was taught to do that. But I guarantee you, guess what? If you put the child version of all those races in one class, they not gonna do that. They ain't been taught that, hey, you go over here with these colored people, you go over here with those kind of people. Look, you see how their eyes look, you go over there with them. You have to be taught that shit. Nobody taught the animals that shit. It's the reason people keep us separated, man. It's the same reason I tell you about the entertainers and shit that they put out here to keep us separated, to keep us busy, to keep us focused on something besides the big picture. Because guess what? As much as Donald Trump talk about these other races and hate these other races, when somebody in power, somebody he feel like on his level, or Kim Jong-un or somebody like that, he'll hop, skip, and jump, go smile in their face. Yeah, he'll take a meeting with the president of Mexico, but he don't want to see no Mexicans in his house unless they're working for him. It's a class thing, not a race thing. Once you get up so high, they don't give a fuck about race, they give a fuck about class. You get low, you don't give a fuck about class, you give a fuck about race. And that's one thing people just gotta realize. They want you to care about that shit. They want you to see that shit. Because it's gonna ensure that you never make it to where they at. Rich people don't want everybody to be rich because of the perks and the power that they have. They don't want to share that. That's why rich people look out for rich people. Presidents be looking out for the billionaires for a reason. I say that shit, y'all think I be playing. It's the reason why the same week, the same goddamn week, Kanye West made a billionaire. He changed his mind, went crazy, and started hanging around Donald Trump. Because what the billionaire told, hey nigga, you gotta do this, go kiss the ring. He the one gonna be looking out for you. That's the one who keep our taxes lower, keep money in our pockets, and sign off on this, and cut the ribbons, and he remove all the red tape when we trying to get something started. He keep us rich, bro. Go kiss the ring. And Kanye ran over there and did that shit. And then when he woke up and didn't want to do it no more and started speaking up against it, is the next day after they took his billions, they gave that shit to Diddy. Go do your research. Go look at this shit and ask yourself why. Have Puffy been doing all the Ciroc, all the Sean John, all the Bad Boy, all the under the table shit all these years, but the only way he could make $1 billion was the 24 hours after they took all their money from Kanye. And I'm gonna tell you something. When LeBron James was coming up on his billion, we knew it. It was a countdown. Motherfuckers were waiting on it. We were like, oh man, this man's so damn close. Why come nobody knew nothing about Diddy? Not even Diddy. Not even he was counting down. Like when you could hit 1 million views, you see a motherfucker with that goddamn balloon, nigga, with the one in the M. That's because they knew that million was coming. Billion streams, they knew that billion streams was coming. You can't tell me Puffy wasn't watching his money and know that, hey man, sometime next week I'm gonna be a billionaire. The way my money rolling, I'm gonna be a motherfucking billionaire next week. No, he woke up that morning and all of a sudden he was in the news. Hey, Puffy's a billionaire. He wasn't even the first to know it. Y'all don't find this type of shit funny? Come on now. When Jay-Z was tripping on $1 billion, he knew it. Because he kept track of every dirty deed he did to get to that billion. All the billionaires he rubbed shoulders with and did they dirt. You know what I'm saying? You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Dude did this shit for years, turning down and breaking down every person he worked with. Fucking him up. He knew when his billion was coming. Say, bro, get your... What is you doing, bro? Just jumping the damn speed lane and hit his brakes like you don't see an 18 wheel over here. Man, these folks trying to get paid, bro. I'm telling you, your family not gonna get that check, bro. You damn sure ain't gonna get it. I'm gonna push you over the edge. Your family not gonna get paid, bro. It's a camera in front of this truck gonna show your stupid ass jump in front of me and slamming on your brakes. When we get to court, they gonna be like, yeah, he did that on purpose. Yeah, he did it on purpose. And they asked me why when I made contact, I hit the gas. Bro, hey, I panicked. I seen my life flash before my ass. And you know the gas and the brake right beside each other. When I lifted up off the pedal and slammed down on the other one, I thought I had changed pedal. I didn't realize. Come back to it. Then it's like 20 miles down the highway. Like he could have been way down there. Bro, I'm in the fast lane. Like, there's no excuse when you get hit. There ain't gonna be no excuse. You didn't jump over in the slow lane. You jumped in the fast lane, bro. And hit your brakes. Just didn't know it was 80 tons coming. I'm loaded up with some cold French fries. You better move your ass, boy. Anyway. Man, these folks know what they're trying to do to us. The powerful people, the rich people, are all behind Trump because they are the rich people of this generation, this decade, this century. They want what their ancestors had. These billionaires are the descendants of the people who had all the cotton and shit back then. They want what their great-grandfather had. I seen the thing where Trump was saying he typed. Essentially, Elon Musk got on his motherfucking knees and begged him, man, just like he said he would. And right now, Donald Trump is saying, well, he gave me so much money, I gotta get behind an electrical vehicle. I got to. And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. It's the reason why billionaires like the E-dude I just said, every time I say his name, they cut me off. Y'all realize that, right? Rupert Murdoch that owns Fox. All these dudes are behind Trump. They lying, cheating, and stealing for his campaign to get him in office. Elon Musk is running fake things for you to sign up and vote. That shit. He got the ass popping if you go sign up for it. If you in a regular state, a solid state, red or blue, you can sign up. But if you're in a swing state, it'll be a false sign up. They just get all your information and then it'll be over with, but you cannot be signed up to vote. To the fact, then you're not gonna know it until you try to go vote, and then it's gonna be too late. There's swing states, the states that Donald Trump need. Elon Musk is spending his money and using his money to fuck up this election. Rupert Murdoch with Fox is spending his money, using his money and his platform to fuck up this election. He's been doing it ever since Trump been in office. Why? Because these billionaires help each other. Like I say, Donald Trump is the one that can get in office and sign up on everything they want to do. He the one that can change all the laws to where they can make more money and more money and more money. He the one that can keep the poor people locked up down in the ghettos and all this shit, while keeping the rich folks rich and helping himself make all the money in the world. I keep telling y'all all this shit, and you think I'm saying it because it sounds good? I remember back in the day when everything used to hear like this sound like a conspiracy. But today when you hear this type of shit, you can go hear it out the horse's mouth, and you still don't want to believe it. It ain't me saying the shit. Donald Trump saying this shit his own damn self. I show you where his mouth moving and them words come out of his mouth, and you look at me like I'm crazy. You look at me and say, but what about her grandparents? The fuck this mean about her grandparents? I'm just saying, Lane, it's time for everybody to take accountability for their own shit. To step up, do your own research, do your own vote.
Keep left, 2065 south.
Because like Donald Trump told you, if you don't, in 4 years, you ain't going to have to worry about it. He going to fix it, but you don't get a chance to vote again. Your voice will not be heard. You try to open your mouth and make a stand, so you might lose your life for it. You might find that rope around your motherfucking neck. Your balls might be cut off. You might be sent to go work in Angola, Pelican Bay or some damn work. Your wife be moved on. The kids don't know who the hell you is. You ever seen a movie called 12 Years a Slave? Where a free man was snatched up and sent to slavery? And the 3 hours after he got into slavery, you couldn't tell a motherfucker he wasn't a slave. Nobody around wanted to hear that shit. Nobody gave a fuck about you as a free man and you can read all you can read. You know what happened when you tell us you can read? We don't give a damn if you say you learned how to read at a school because you was a teacher. We don't want to hear that. You a slave, boy. Now go out there and get that goddamn kite. Chop down that goddamn tree and build me a motherfucking house. By the morning time. You see what I'm saying? That's the perfect example of what I'm trying to tell y'all. You grew up living one way, thinking one way, and then you'll wake your ass up in slavery. And it ain't nobody you can cry to. Nobody gives a damn. Especially when they done change the laws on your ass. You buck if you want to, police got immunity right to shoot you right in your face. Like that man said, I wish you would, I'll shoot you in your motherfucking face. Like, you see that type of shit, and you so desensitized to it that it's like a movie to you, it's normal. You can watch that, and then cut the lights on and walk in the next room like nothing ever happened. Like you coming out of a movie theater going back to the car, like that shit wasn't real. Bro, Sonya Massey is in the ground with a hole in her face from a police officer that told her, I will shoot you in your motherfucking face. Right before he shot her in her motherfucking face. But y'all listen on the feel like he crazy or something. You come on this motherfucker for a minute, you hear what I got to say, and then it's uncomfortable for you, so you hang up. You get off the motherfucking video, you switch to another video, you cut the lights on and go in the other room like this shit ain't real. I'm not spitting no motherfucking conspiracies. I ain't laid in the bed and dreamed this shit up. I laid in the bed and watched this shit, read up on this shit, heard this shit coming out the horse's mouth. I wasn't watching some podcast with them old name, man. This what they talking about. They lying, they trying to make it sound good. They putting extra cap in the thumbnail to make you click on the video. Man, my videos ain't clickbait. I don't sit here and tell you one thing and then get on this motherfucker and that's not what I'm gonna tell you about. Nah, motherfucker. We got a motherfucker that wanna give immunity to the police and let them do whatever they wanna do. To whoever they wanna do it to. Just like he want his own immunity to do whatever he wanna do. To whoever he wanna do it to. About it. I do a video like this, I got 6 motherfucking likes. 6 likes. Y'all talk all this shit about Megan Thee Stallion and how we don't want nobody twerking and shit. We want the truth and all this and that, the motherfucking about the election. I bet you I can go find any video with Megan Thee Stallion twerking and it got 100,000 likes, 200,000 likes. That's why a motherfucker bring her to the convention soon. Because when the information comes, y'all don't like that. When the ass shaking, y'all like that. That's why. And I don't sit on my video tell y'all, man, like my video, man. Hold on, I ain't saying nothing else till you like my video. Man, I got 200 motherfuckers on here and only 2 likes, man. Go like the video. That ain't me. But I'm gonna be real with you though. Cause y'all asked them questions. What about body out and all that shit? Y'all asked me all that shit last night. But guess what? When a nigga tell y'all some real shit, they get 6 likes. When a bitch put that thong on and get the rap about her pussy, 1,000,000 likes. That's why a motherfucker bring that on stage before they bring the motherfucker telling the truth. Because they know what y'all want. Y'all want the entertainment. Are you not entertained? It is crazy with them dead ass serious. I'm dead ass serious. I'm giving information and every motherfucker come up with one of the same thing. I feel you, but when you gonna get back to entertaining us? When you gonna get back to telling us stories? Eventually. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let the cat out the bag. In probably a few weeks, when I get settled, later on, really I'm gonna probably have to pull over and make the phone call. So when I take my break, I'm gonna call my oral surgeon. I got a doctor appointment on the 14th, so I'm gonna try to set up my oral surgery around that time, hopefully for the 15th, and get these teeth pulled out of my mouth, and then go ahead and give me a new set of chocolates. After that, my plan is to start a new channel from the ground up. I'm thinking about calling it from the 8th, where I'm gonna start the stores over. I got some stores already that I didn't put off in my head to tell y'all shit that I ain't, you know what I'm saying, new shit. I got at least 3 new stores, penitentiary stores, in my head already, and I ain't never told y'all. So I'm gonna start the new channel out with them. The reason doing it is because I mean my bread. So hopefully, when I start back on telling my prison stories, I get to the threshold of 1,000 subscribers, my watch hours and all this and that. When I tell my story, how I got arrested and all that shit, I'm gonna bring in the details that I left out to spur the people that I was spraying. I'm gonna change the names, but I'm gonna give y'all all the details about how I was told on and all this shit. Cause I left all that shit out. I just told like, you know what, man, I went to jail. Somebody else went with me. I told on myself to help them. I did. But at the same time, I was getting told on by other motherfuckers that I was supposed to be cool with. And I just never told that part. There's some more shit that happened in jail behind all that I never told y'all about. You know what I'm saying? I had to have a paperwork party in jail because the motherfucker tried to make me look like I was a snitch. But I cleared that shit up the same day. And you know how God worked. The evidence that I had, you know what I'm saying, my paperwork, boy, I could have been in real trouble because it's just God worked everything out. I ain't gonna tell y'all a story right now, but just know that it's some shit happened at crunch time. Like the day before, that if it wouldn't have happened, I probably would have got labeled as a motherfucking wreck. But that ain't how God works. It is what it is, and it is serious, man. Everything that come out my face, out my mouth, man, out my throat, come out my chest, man, straight from the heart. I tell y'all shit I tell y'all because I know that everybody don't know it. Everybody not gonna go look it up without that push. sometimes you have to give them the thumbnail. You got to tell them, hey man, this is what's happening. Go find it. Just like a nigga throw y'all this and be like, make y'all be like, ooh, that look interesting. Let me watch this video. You know, watch the video, but at the same time, I need you to put work in. At the same time, I need you to put the work in. And to go find these things I'm telling you about. I ain't telling you about it for no damn reason. My bad, I had to get over.
Quarters of a mile. Keep left on I-65, then keep right.
Enlighten yourself, man. I know how it feels to feel good to know you know what the hell you talking about. Instead of lying or just doing some guesswork. When you can stand on what you're saying because you know it's the facts. But then when you know some shit that's facts and it's gonna help you save the world, save your people, save your family, your loved ones. Man, I want that for everybody. It ain't just started happening.
Left on I-65, then keep right.
With the selection shit. But I did tell y'all not long ago that after Project 2025 dropped and I started finding out what was in that motherfucker, it was gonna be a lot of political videos coming through this bitch because that's where we at with it. That's what's important right now. That's what people need to focus on. Not forever, but for right now, we not in the clear, bro. Motherfucker trying to pull a fast one at the last second. Let me give y'all a motherfucking example. Like I told y'all, when I was telling Harold last night, I'm like, man, dude had to get his judges put in place first. One of the judges that he put in office while he was in office was Aileen Cannon. We've been going back and forth on this January 6th shit since January 6th. 2020. My guy, it's 2024. Are you feeling me? 4 years almost. Let's I say 4 years.
In 4.5 miles, take exit 89 on the right to I-465
We've been
south.
going back and forth on this shit now 4 years. This judge, Aileen Cannon, if you've been paying attention, she's the one over the Georgia shit. You know I just need to find 11,000. You know what I'm saying? That shit. Sending the fake electorals. All that. The shit where he most definitely guilty. Trying to change the election. She been setting everything off and acting like, oh, well, we need to do this and we need a special counsel. Oh, well, we need to look at this. Give me 3 more months. She set everything off into right for election. And then what she do? She got together with the Supreme Court. Some more motherfuckers that he put in office. And Clarence Thomas. And Clarence Thomas told her, hey, just throw the case out because the special counsel, you can blame on special counsel and say, well, that wasn't lawful. And she said, for sure, hey, we just gonna drop all the charges on Donald Trump about this election fraud shit, and yeah, you free to go. Them was his judges, bro. Drop the charges. After 4 years, just drop the charges. Right before election. Like it was gonna be cool. This is what they do, my nigga. They wait till the motherfucking deadline and then they switch the shit up on you when it's too late for you to argue about it. Thing is, it wasn't too late for Jack Spill. He knew the law better than the goddamn judge. So when she pulled that bullshit, he put his appeal in with the correct paperwork and asked a new judge on the case. And they started all over. And everybody like, damn, Trump, you should have picked a better judge. She wasn't qualified when he picked her ass. He picked her because she was gonna do what the fuck he said do. She was gonna do whatever it was she told you when she first got on the case. Well, yeah, he do deserve special privilege. He gave me my job. What the fuck? Did you hear yourself? Cause I heard you. Like, y'all not be seeing this shit? Ain't no blacks for Trump. It's funny. Even the black evangelicals that was for Trump dumped his ass. You got some blacks that's for Trump money. They're getting paid. They ain't getting. Even with that name you got, either you from outside the country or you a bot. But like I say, black people don't call themselves blacks. Don't kill the messenger.
In 1 mile, take exit 89 on the right to I-465 South.
No, don't kill the messenger. Well, I knew you was the police over there. Slow my ass down over here today now.
Take exit 8065
What you
South.
waiting on me to speed back up? Not gonna happen. I'm getting 55 mile an hour this thing after you going, I'm going. Anyway, am I giving information and am I preaching what I'm doing?
In 1/4 mile, keep left to I-465.
I hope I'm helping and enlightening. That's the goal. But
Keep left to I-465.
think about the stuff I said, man. Share this with your people. Talk to them about it.
1/2 mile,
Whole
keep
conversation.
right to I-465 South,
See
then
what they
keep
think.
right.
And by all means, when you get done watching this video, go do your own research on Project 2025.
Keep right to I-465 South, then keep
Go do
right.
that. If you don't do nothing else,
Keep right to
go look up Project
I-465 South.
2025 because you have these people like whoever this is at the bottom talking about blacks for Trump. They'll tell you shit like blacks for Trump. That's gonna tell you why. Real answer. I don't want to hear no because he did more for black people since Abraham Lincoln. No, don't quote the shit he said. Go tell me why. The facts. What is it about you being a black person to say, you know what? Going to the future, I believe President Trump is the best thing in this country. I believe his thoughts and his beliefs, his policies, the way he talk about the Indians, the way he talk about the African Americans, the Chinese Americans, the Mexican Americans, the people who ain't even American, the way he treat people and talk about people, the laws and shit that he want to change and shit he want to do all for himself. I believe this is the best thing for us because, and then finish this statement.
1.5 miles. Take exit 42.
Because that blacks with Trump shit not gonna get me.
US 36 East.
I'm for America. I'm not for a person. And the only reason I am for a person is because right now that person is for America. Because I'm gonna tell you some real shit. You can't answer that question because nigga, he can't answer that question.
In 1 mile.
They
take
just
exit
asked him
42
on
the right,
live TV.
US 36 East.
After all the shit you say about black people and all the meetings you have with white supremacists and all that shit, why should black people trust you? Get what he said. Nothing. Wasn't nothing he could say. He didn't have an answer for that. Bruh. Damn. Ain't nobody in front of me. This damn thing going on. But ain't nothing he could say. He didn't have an answer for that. But you're gonna come on here and tell me blacks for Trump when he can't even tell me why a black person should vote for him. He couldn't even come up with a lie.
Take exit
They asked him this
52
question.
on the right
Why should
to
we
US
trust you?
46 East.
What do you have to say for yourself? Or for himself? Nothing. So on that note, don't be afraid to take that long road instead of that wrong road.
In 1/2
You think the
mile,
long way instead of the
turn
wrong
east
way.
Pendleton Pike, then
Find
turn
somebody
left.
to help. Tell somebody you love me. You know I love y'all, man. And I appreciate you. We out.